Well, good morning, cyber friends. This is Mitty Man here coming at you again from Walker's Music, but yet another word for the day. Matter of fact, it's 2 a.m. Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. We just wanted to say that we give God all the praise and honor, and we give Him all the glory for life, health, and strength. And we thank Him for, as well as it is, we thank Him for each and every one of you out there. Cyber friends, you know who you are. I want to make a comment, a statement, I should say. Don't worry about that. That's just my old tablet. We've been discussing a lot of things seen on Daystar. Started on Memorial Day. Matter of fact, it was this past Monday, and they started the Heart for Israel. I think that's what they call it. Heart for the World. That's what they call it. But it mostly is focusing on the nation of Israel, city of Jerusalem. I want to say I've made quite a few videos discussing the nation of Israel and the city of Jerusalem, and according to what the Bible has to say about the nation of Israel and the city of Jerusalem. According to Zechariah, people, you get your Bible. I'm not going to go get it this time. I've done that. You read it. Go to the book of Zechariah, the New Old Testament, and you'll read for yourself where God has specifically said that that was His land. I'm talking the whole nation of Israel. Jerusalem is the capital. It's the central focus. In other words, according to the Bible. Now you can believe what you want to believe, but I'm talking about what according to what the Bible says. You got the Bible is written of over 40 different authors, but God is the main author of that book, the Bible. 66 books, 39 in the Old Testament, 27 in the New. Let's dial up Apostle Paul, which wrote most of the New Testament. He'll tell you where it comes from. God is the author. It's one author of the Bible, God. But he had 40 instruments that he used, 40 different Jewish, Israeli prophets and writers that he used to write that Bible. Now, whether we believe it has no account. It doesn't matter what you believe, it's what is the truth. Remember, Jesus said, I came to bear witness to the truth. Now, we always look for facts, and facts are all right in its place. It's a fact. It is a fact that I'm sitting here tonight or this morning at 2 a.m. Saturday, May the 3rd. It's a fact that I'm sitting here now. But will that be a fact 50 years from now? May not be. Facts change. Truth never change. See, that's the difference between facts and truth. Facts change. Because I'm here today, but I may not be here 50 years from now. Unless the Lord decides to let me stay here another 50 years. I'll be what, 106 maybe? It's possible that I could live that long. Yes, anything is possible with God. But I'm talking about it's probably, the probability of me being here another 50 years is very slim and narrow. But it's nothing too impossible for God. But that's a fact. It's a fact that I'm living now that may not be a fact tomorrow. Do you understand, people, what I'm saying? So when God said, you are messing with the apple of my eye, he's speaking of Jerusalem. To God, according to the Bible, from what I've read, everything to God is centered around Jerusalem. Everything in this world. Jerusalem is the centerpiece of this whole universe. Oh yeah. God looks at everything from the perspective of Jerusalem. North, south, east, and west. All of that. Every one of those directions is calculated where? From Jerusalem. Go look at your map. Go look at your map. Find Jerusalem. Go due north. Go due south. Go due east and west. You run into the major players that God always talk about throughout the whole Bible. Russia is the north. Ethiopia, the south, and Egypt, down in the south country of Put. That's all in the African area. And go east, That's over there where Iran and China and the Japanese, all those eastern countries, and the west is the UN and the United States and the like. But everything is centered in from around Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the apple of God's eye. Let me say something. Once again, I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying. It states in Zechariah that all nations, let me repeat that, all nations are going to go against Israel. It says it right there in the Bible. All nations. Now, I hope and I pray that we are not one of them. But the Bible say all nations. So that we are a nation. So that leads me to believe even the United States, at some point in time, it may not be up under this administration with Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, let me repeat that, that's respect. President Donald Trump. It may not happen with this administration, but I do believe that somewhere on down the line, and it's coming quickly, somewhere down the line, somebody going to renege and going to go against Israel, even in this country. Why do I say that? Because of what Zechariah said. He said all nations. So if all nations mean all nations going to go against Israel. So that means if you are a nation in this world, you're going to go against Israel, according to that Bible. Unless somewhere in there there is something that's said about that I don't know about, and God hadn't enlightened me about it. Now that could be the case. But up until now, I read all nations going against Israel. That means Russia, Africa, Japan, China, America, UN, and everybody going to go against little old bitty Israel. But you know what? Israel is not protected. Israel is not unprotected at all. The God of the universe got a close eye on them, and he just waiting. Jesus is waiting for you to go against. That's according to the Bible, people. And I'm praying. God knows I'm so glad that we got a president, at least right now. President Trump is not going against Israel. He's being sympathetic with Israel and trying to do the right thing. As far as I know, this is what I see right now. And if I'm being deceived, and God knows my heart, I could be deceived just like anybody else could be deceived. But I don't see it yet. I see a man trying to do what's right. Now, you know what? If he turned, well, he won't be no different than none of the rest of the people that ever got right and turned and started doing wrong. He won't be no worse. Could be no worse. Because we know that the man of sin is coming, people. We can't stop that. The Antichrist, which is called the Son of Perdition, which Jesus spoke of, he is going to be revealed. And he's going to be revealed soon. We can't do nothing about that. But we know who we are. We, and when I say we, you know what I mean. We Christians. We know him. We know him. Oh, yes, sir, we know him. But that man of sin going to be revealed. Now, whether Jesus take us all out of this planet, I don't know. We got a lot of people, we got a lot of theology about that rapture theory and all that. But all the thing I know, Jesus is always going to take care of his own. We ain't got to worry about it. I do believe that even if I'm left here during the tribulation, I believe I'll survive. I do believe that. But even if I don't survive, I still gonna see Jesus. See, that's it. See, no matter which way it goes, I still win. And you do too, if you belong to Jesus Christ. But what I'm saying, people, I guess I'm just gonna cut it short right here. We were made in God's image. We look like something like God. But remember, and I got to say this here again, so I don't want to talk too much on the call. I'm going to say this here again very soon. We look something like God, because we were made in his image. So that means God looks something like us. But I'm going to tell you something. God is not a man now. God is not a man. He's a being. He's an entity. But he's something way more greater than us. Because he made us. So that means he got to be something much, 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 much greater than we are. Because he made us. But we are his offspring. And we look just like him. That's how come, and I'm going to say this much because I'm going to say it again in another occasion I got to do. Ezekiel someone over the cherubim angels, and the wheel in the middle of a wheel. And whichever the cherub went, the wheels went, because the spirit of the cherubim was in the wheel. And up above the cherubim, high and lifted up, there was a throne, and it sat on the throne the likeness of a man. So God looked something like us, but he's not a man. Just remember that. He looked like us, but he's not a man like us. He created us. He created us. He made us in their image, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He made us in their image, but they are much, much more higher beings than we are. We don't know what kind of being and what kind of entity that God is, but he looks something like us. That's the best we can do with it. But believe it, Israel is not alone. And I'm glad that our president, President Trump, is real sympathetic with the Israelites and the Israeli people. And I hope, it's my prayer, that we, at least for these 4 years, can get along with Israel and try to make things right and make it good for the nation of Israel so they can be comfortable within their country. They have never been able to be comfortable. Nowhere they went in this world. They was always persecuted and whatnot. We know from the Bible that God spread them over the world just like that because of disobedience. But God has not thrown away his people. And don't ever think that Jesus is not watching you. God is watching you the way you treat Israel. Oh yeah, I do believe that. Now if I'm wrong, well, it won't be the first time, won't be the last time. But I do believe that we got a president now and a government and a cabinet and a administration now that's in the White House on Capitol Hill that is sympathetic with Israel, and I'm glad of it. This is me, the man, saying whatever you get and whatever you get into. God ain't in it. The best you come out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. Until the next video, next Bible study, whichever comes first. This is me, the man, saying peace. Good morning.